All right, thanks a lot, Zara. Let's continue the retail conversation. Retailers overall posting their second consecutive monthly same-store sales gain in October. Retail Metrics says sales were up 2.2%, beating analyst estimates of 2%. Will retailers maintain that momentum into the holiday season? That is the big question. Ken Perkins is president of Retail Metrics, and he joins us now from our Boston newsroom. So, Ken, you know, that overall number, 2.2%, 0.2 better than expected. How encouraged can we be by this number?
I think it's encouraging because it continues the upward trend we've seen off of the July lows. I mean, we saw July comps down almost 5%, down 2% in August, up 1% last month, up 2.2% this month. However, you know, while 57% of the index beat expectations this month, it just didn't feel as good as last month. I mean, we had a huge upside last month, a lot more positive news coming out of the retailers, far more positive comps out of the retailers last month. But I would say still, net-net, it's still encouraging.
Well, Ken, we just heard Zara talking about some of the areas of weakness, in particular teen apparel really doing poorly here, a drop as a group of about 4.7%. What do you attribute that weakness to compared with the rest of the retail complex?
Sure. I mean, they had a significant improvement in comps last month with the back-to-school season, and you know, there's typically a lull in October between the back-to-school and as we head into the holiday season. So I think that was partially attributable to it. Also, teens, you know, it's a very fickle mix there, so you really do have to have the right fashion mix. And as your reporter just indicated about American Eagle in particular, they just didn't seem to have it this past month. And lastly, I think it's primarily a discretionary spend for many of the teens, and there just aren't a lot of discretionary dollars out there for their parents as well as them, as unemployment amongst teens has been very high.
Ken, department stores, they beat estimates, but the drop was only 0.8%. They have cut back on inventory. What else can they do to help sales?
Yeah, they're going to continue to pare back inventory, sharpen their fashion, and really try and be as promotional as they can be to drive traffic in the stores. You know, there's a big improvement. We saw the comp estimates come up for the department stores this month quite a bit, far more than we saw for any other group, and they still managed to beat expectations by 60 basis points.
Yeah, but again, you did mention about you know, teens or their parents, not a lot of discretionary income out there.
That is true, and it's going to be an uphill battle for them. The thing that's really lifting the boats with most of the retailers right now is they're going to optically look much better on the sales front because their comparisons become so increasingly easy. This month, October, the comp comparison was the easiest this decade. It's going to get easier next month and a little less easier in December, so that's going to help them out significantly.
I'm also curious, Ken, about the trends in terms of the discount retailers. We saw TJX, we saw Ross doing very well. Target, on the other hand, not doing as well. What's the difference?
Yeah, well, TJX and Ross stores are definitely more price point oriented and have more of a non-discretionary mix, I think, than Target does. You know, Target has more in the line of home furnishings and more discretionary electronics and those types of purchases. So, yeah, that's why there's been a significant difference there. And TJX is just really, and Ross stores as well, have just done a fabulous job of picking up merchandise in this market where the retailers have gone out of business at very reasonable prices, brand names, and really put them on at good price points.
Ken Perkins, president of Retail Metrics, breaking down the numbers for us today. Thanks a lot, Ken.